G'day throttlers, welcome back to the channel. Now, I've been keeping a secret from you. And yes, you've been giving me a hard time on Instagram and Facebook about this secret that I'm keeping, but simply I couldn't tell you for a number of reasons, but the main reason being, I just don't like to count my chickens before they hatch. Many a time I've had something lined up and it falls through at the last minute and I get disappointed and I feel like I've let the viewers down. So on this occasion, I've kept it a little bit close to my chest, but I have been so excited that I did want to share little pieces about it. And now I can reveal what I'm up to. But before we get started, I just want to mention, if you are watching this on YouTube, you can skip ahead at any time. The description below has time codes, and if there's sections that you just don't want to listen to, jump ahead to the part that you're interested in. Roll the intro, and then let's talk about where I'm off to. Alright, so when I started my YouTube channel about 2.5 to 3 years ago, I started it as a hobby with absolutely no expectations. I was an absolute noob. I didn't even know how to turn on the video section of my cameras. I certainly didn't know how to edit, but it's been a hell of a process. And for those of you that haven't been through the editing process and making videos, especially frequent ones for YouTube, man, you don't know how hard work it is. Anyway, I've hooked up my brand new second-hand Venom ground loading trailer, and I'm heading over to the northern side of Sydney today to, wait for it, Harley-Davidson Australia. Now, you all know how much I love Harley-Davidsons, and I've been given an opportunity to be able to take home a Harley-Davidson press bike for a week, to live with it for a week and review it and share my thoughts and my ideas with you guys, my audience. Now, up until now, I've had the wonderful opportunity of working with dealerships, both for cars and motorcycles, and been able to review cars through dealerships. I better jump out of this transit lane. There's only one of me in this car. And I'm forever grateful for the dealerships that have worked with me and lent me cars to be able to review and motorcycles to be able to review. And I will continue to work with dealers if they want to work with me and share some vehicles with me. I will continue to work with dealers quite happily and help promote their businesses. It's something that I really love, and being a business owner is one of the hardest things in the world to try and grow. And if I can help anyone that wants to help out Throttle Downunder, I certainly will. But moving on from the dealerships, one of my goals I set when I first started getting serious about YouTube was I wanted to get to the stage where I was noticed by the manufacturers, in particular like the head office of a manufacturer in Australia. And I'm really excited that in the past month I've been in negotiations with quite a few of the Australian head offices of motorcycle companies and car companies to be able to bring their vehicles to you, my viewers. And best of all, being able to have a press vehicle for a week or a month is so much easier to bring you information rather than jamming everything into a short video based around a day on a vehicle itself. So I'm heading to Harley-Davidson Australia right now. I'm picking up the brand new Harley-Davidson Low Rider S and taking it home, spending a week living with this bike, so I'll be able to share my thoughts and my opinions with you guys, my viewers, over time. Anyway, without further ado, let's head to Harley-Davidson Australia, pick up this Low Rider S, take it home, and then I'll spend a week with it and I'll share my thoughts with you guys after a week with the Low Rider S. So stick around Thanks for watching and thanks for your support. It really means a lot. Alright, here we are at Harley-Davidson Australia, and I've got the beautiful Low Rider S sitting on the back of the trailer, ready to take it home, and get to play with it every day for the next 7 days and bring you my thoughts. I'm pretty excited. She's a really good looking machine, completely stock, but super excited to bring it to you guys. Alright throttlers, so I've just gotten home from Harley Australia with the Low Rider S. She's a really, really beautiful looking bike. It's got the same engine, the 114, as my Street Glide does, but I'm guessing it's about 80 kilos lighter, so it'll be interesting to have a bit of a feel about the great differences between the Street Glide and the Softail frame using the same power plant. Anyway, I'm going to go out for a first impressions ride. It's a bit rainy out tonight, so I'm going to hopefully not get wet, take it out for a quick half an hour spin, and but I've got the thing for 7 days, so I'm really looking forward to spending 7 days on the Low Rider S. Anyway, let's throw a helmet on, get out there and experience this little machine. And we're back. So, I've only been on here for 5 minutes, so you're still pretty new with me. But I tell you what, that 114 engine with such a small frame really pulls hard. The pegs are in a good position for you if you're a bit taller, I think. And I feel like I'm leaning forward a little bit, but again, whenever you talk about my opinions, you're basing them around the fact that I ride a Street Glide most of the time, so it's a big lounge chair to ride, whereas this is probably more of a hot rod in comparison. It's so light. Whew. Just feels really, really nimble. Wow. The brakes are pretty good. This is completely stock too, folks. It has had nothing done to it. Marcus at Harley Australia showed me one that he rides that has a couple of little tasty mods, but this is completely stock. Whew. She's quick, man. Such a quick, light, powerful bike. Now, this has got the same 114 as my Street Glide. My Street Glide's got a stage 2 kit, a tune and a cam, and it's pulling a lot more power than this, but it's also so much heavier too. But this has got, I can only imagine, I can only imagine what this would be like with a stage 2 put through it. It would be an absolute weapon. Oh, left only. Wow. Oh, I'm going to have such a fun week on this bike. Unfortunately, the weather is against me this week. For the next 6 to 7 days, it says that it's going to be raining. So I have to maximize every moment that I have with it and try and get out at least one long trip. before I have to take it back. I don't know if you've ever had the moment where you meet someone who you respect, but maybe you've seen them on TV, maybe you've seen them, whatever it might, movies, whatever it might be. Well, one of the reasons why I started my YouTube channel was because I loved that TV show that used to be around called HDTV, Harley-Davidson TV. It was hosted by Dundo, and sadly his co-host passed away last year or the year before, and they haven't restarted it. But within this show, I got introduced, or the world was introduced to Marcus from Harley-Davidson Australia. And today I met him for the second time, actually, face to face. And it was a bit like meeting a star, because I've seen him so much on that TV show when they went out on events. And I have to admit, I was strangely starstruck when I met him. But he was a really nice fellow, and I look forward to getting to know him better, and the team at Harley Australia over time. Look guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. That's just my first impressions on the Low Rider S, and in my opinion, my first impressions, I'm so happy with it. It's really just it's a muscle car. It's got loads of power, absolutely buckets of power. Oh, that's good. Oh. So nice. Alright guys, I forgot that I was even talking to you for a moment then. I went into my own little world. Thanks for watching. There will be a number of videos made about this bike while I've got it. So in theory, I'll be getting out on a long ride on it. There will be a full detailed review that'll come out once I've returned the bike. But first impressions last, and so far first impressions are strong. See ya.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting